Hello everybody, welcome back to Air Mission Control, and no, it's not NASA. Hi guys, welcome back to yet another figure review. I know, you guys are probably having the most fantastic time watching me waste all of my money, but sucks to be you, because I actually had all of this stuff pre-ordered and it was already paid off a long time ago. So, you guys do enjoy watching me make bad financial decisions, but I'm a little bit more responsible with my money than that, so we both get a little bit of a compromise. But if you haven't seen my face around before and you're kind of just clicking on this channel because you're a little bit curious about the well-endowed figures that are presented, I don't blame you. But my name is Artemis and I review particularly well-endowed figures in my free time and kind of spend all of my money on very expensive plastic. So welcome. I hope you stick around. So I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase because we've been talking a lot about 1/4 scales, 1/4 scale bunnies. And I love bunny figures. They're some of my favorite types of figures, and some of my favorite figures are bunnies. But let's take a break from all of that. I don't have any more bunnies, at least, actually I do have a bunny coming up in the very near future. But let's take a break from bunnies and let's talk about a normal figure for once. But not really normal because this is from a Gunnar series, and I'm going to call it a Gunnar series because you might have heard about it before. Today we're going to be talking about the Scarlet 1/7 scale by Good Smile Arts Shanghai. And if you couldn't already tell, this box is a lot smaller than 1/4 scales. So it's almost like weird that there's a figure in here. The box just seems too small for me. Like I'm just so used to handling like 1/4 scales at this point, so I'm just like, oh, this is like pretty light. I probably should not do that, or else I'm going to destroy the figure. But we are going to be talking about her today. Now, I will say, despite not being a bunny, and despite not being as huge as a 1/4, she is actually one of my most anticipated pre-orders so far, just because of how gorgeous her design is. Now, if you haven't heard of Nikke, Infinity Nikke? Oh no, that's not Infinity Nikke. Infinity Nikke is the dress-up game. Not that one! I'm talking about the one where, there's some particularly well-endowed animations, if you will. I've never played the game before, I'm not gonna lie, I literally picked her up for the sole purpose of admiring her design and treating her as an OC, because if you haven't seen Nikke around before, it's certainly interesting. That's all I can say about it. I'm not gonna get shot on the internet. Nikke is an interesting game with interesting animations and interesting art, but we can ignore all of that and focus on her in our review today, because quite frankly, she is too gorgeous to pass up. I don't even know if her name's Scarlet, but I just want to point out this like box. I don't know if you guys can notice that. I love the shimmer detail that they have in this box. I almost want to display the box alone, but you know what? For you guys, and for you guys alone, I will actually rip into this box and actually open her, because that's what we all came here to see. But anyways, yeah, so I don't know anything about the game. If she's like a terrible character, I don't care. I got her for a damn good price on TokyoTreat. It's almost illegal how much of a good price I got for her. I think it was like $170 for her, and including 2 Jujutsu Kaisen androids, which are right down here, including EMS shipping for both of them, which were separate shipments. So I love TokyoTreat, and I'm gonna shut up now, and let's get into this review and into the B-roll.
Alrighty y'all, why don't we get into the sponsors of today's video, TokyoTreat and Sakuraco. So, what are TokyoTreat and Sakuraco? They are Japanese snack boxes, and each month they have different snacks that they like to provide, and getting a little taste of Japan from the comfort of your own home. We'll start off with Sakuraco, just because they are the more traditional Japanese authentic snacks, and the theme for this month is the Autumn Moon Festival. So, there is this thing in Japan that they celebrate called Sumiki, and it's very fitting because a lot of the snacks in here are related to that. It's actually more on theme than most of the Sakuraco boxes I've gotten before, just like that cookie. But what I really love about this box is the Sumiki Yunomi, which is a pottery type cup. I don't really know how to call it, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's one of my favorite things that I've ever gotten from them ever. But for the TokyoTreat theme this month, it's actually Snacktastic Moonfest. Now, I know my name is Puntastic Artemis, so they must have gotten that name from somewhere, but it's celebrating a very similar theme. DHL really decided to put the label right on top of the box, so I can't really show you guys how beautiful the box was, but promise, I'm not doxing myself to do that. But all of the snacks are very, similar to the one in Sakuraco, except these ones are a little bit more fun to get the little festival vibe. But now that we've seen all the fun
awesome little goodies that TokyoTreat and Sakuraco have for us this month, why don't we actually get, ready to look at everything in detail. I am really excited for this month's box just because of the theming. I love festivals. I love Japanese festivals, to be very specific. And guys, come on. Come on. I have never seen a cuter pottery item in my life. I'm trying very hard not to drop this, because if I drop this and it falls, I will actually cry. Let's get into Sakuraco first, because that's usually the more like tame and traditional and all that other fun stuff in terms of snacks. So another thing that is bunny themed this time around is, oh god, I think it's called the unagi, or no, not unagi, that's eel. the usagi something. This is called usagi something. And the reason why I wanted to try this with you guys is that it looks like a bunny. Now, this did not come crushed before. I actually crushed it like this, because I was like trying to figure out what it was before reading the Bible. But it is super cute and it looks like a little bunny, so why don't we just eat the bunny? Wow! That is my favorite thing, I think, that I've tried from Sakuraco, or at least for this month. Not in general, because I have a lot of favorites, but I really like this bunny. Now, let's get into TokyoTreat, because why not? So the reason why I picked this out is that because it's actually called Moontastic. It's like Moontastic Mochi. And if you've seen my channel name before, I am Puntastic Artemis. So I think this was a match made in heaven. Let's see if it actually tastes that way, though. Oh, how corny is that? I'm going based off of, it matching my channel name. But anyways, let's try it. Whoa! Okay. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. So, in the corner here, there's actually like a little picture of flan. And that's why it tastes like flan. I'm like, why? Why have I tasted that before? Why is it spicy? But I think I would actually give it a 10 out of 10 because I really like the taste of that. I like the como se dice, flavor profile. Oui, oui. But, I think that is all I will try with you guys today. I hope some of this looked tasty. I hope you're willing to expand your taste buds. And if you want to surprise a lovely person that is near and dear to your heart, why don't you look at the link down below and maybe get yourself, get your friend, get your mom, get your brother, get your sister, anybody that you care about, maybe even your lover, a TokyoTreat or Sakuraco box with my link down in the description, because it helps me out, and you get fun snacks in exchange. Yeah, you know the meme where it's like, you get, I get. Yeah, exactly. This is what this is. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get back into the video, and yeah, get a box from TokyoTreat and Sakuraco. Bye.
Alrighty, let's open this bad puppy up. Now, you would expect, being a college graduate student, you would expect that I would figure out how to open this box very quickly. Hate to break it to you, that did not happen. It took me approximately 20 minutes to figure out what side I opened this box from, and I'm pretty sure I ripped it on multiple ends before I found out that this was the side I had to open the box up from. So, I am not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I can be the brightest light in the room. Anyways, there she is. She looks absolutely gorgeous. There is her instruction manual. Now, the instruction manual doesn't actually help you in any physical way, so this is why you're watching this video, I'm assuming. You know those diagrams? Yeah, the diagrams do not help whatsoever, so just listen to my instructions. So, there's the box cutter that my maintenance guy left. Thank you so much for me not having to cut myself with scissors. Again, it took me way too long to get that blister off. But there she is. She is so gorgeous. When you save money on a figure and you don't spend as much, you almost feel better about buying that figure. So, on top of her being sexy as hell, and an OC to me, this was just a match made in heaven. Now, you see that butt plug? That not butt plug. At the end of her hair? You will see why that's important, but here is her hat. For most figures, it is a very simple process on putting, the hat on. I did not show you guys the whole process, but it took me so long to figure out how to put this goddamn hat on, and everything is so delicate. So you actually want to put that on top of her head, the thing that's sticking out of her head. You don't want to press it fully in. I have never seen a figure like this in my entire life, but you don't put it fully in, you leave it out. It kind of like hangs on top of her head in a weird way, and I think this is a terrible design choice. I don't care how she is in the game. This is just god-awful. And, you know, here is a hair replacement part in case you fuck up putting her hat on, I'm assuming. You know, I'm assuming that this is why they give you an extra hair piece, because everything is just so fragile, and you trying to shove in the hat, or whatever it's called, I don't know, like, you're probably gonna break it. So, just warning you guys, in case you already broke it, I'm sorry about that, but, you know, sucks to suck. Let's crack open at her base. It looks like a base, if you couldn't already guess, and it's a nice base, I'll give it credit, but there she is assembled. She looks phenomenal. I love the detailing and everything. And, you know, I don't really have much to say because I was just staring at her and going, ooh, ah, the whole time. But I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to go let you guys enjoy some B-roll. So, have fun. Wow! Welcome back to the end of another video. You have again regained a part of your attention spans, solidified it against the short form content, fucking big short form content media outlets. And congratulations, you have finished a 10-minute video. Congrats. You might not get dementia as much as your peers, so congratulations. Anyways, thank you guys again for being so patient with me. You know, I've still got like about a month until I can get my setup up and going, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or if you enjoyed it or not. You can just tell me in the comments. You can just go tell me to go die, and I won't really stop you. But anyways, I had so much fun making this video. It's the last video that I have sort of saved up, so I'm gonna try to make stuff before the month is up. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. And yeah. Anyways, bye.
So, oh, I'm not allowed to say that word. Oops.